forget to smash that like button. Subscribe. We need some subbies. Come on, you can do it. Late night. Woo, good vibes.
Oh my gosh, me too, man. What's up, you guys? Brother, how you doing? How are you? Apex Dream Cars. Yeah. Morning. This is awesome. Crossing, sorry. Hi, Paul. What's up, buddy?
Ah, what's up?
Happy camper. Happy camper when all the buttons work. All right. If you can't tell,
robust.
That's it. Fresh bubbles in the bubble machine, coming down like a lovely winter snow. All right, look how that. All right. Well, starting big. All right. Welcome back to the Playset, everybody. I have been saying hello on Instagram already. There's a handful of people. How's it going? Old Trapper, Corey Sabia, Indigo and Tea Leaves, Rambo. Hi, Rami. Phyllis is here, everybody. Her certified, Tahoe Blue Frame, Simple Daily Grace, Mr. Nautis, Spirot, Leroy, LeBlanc Corey's, Pete McNulty. Hi, Pete. Passions of the Clutch, MC. Oh, man, they keep coming in. Okay, well, hello, everybody. Hi, Jens. Hi, Paul. Hi, K87. Okay. Our guest, well, it's not really a guest. Tonight's actually Talk to Us Tuesday, and this is what we normally do. So, welcome back to the Late Night Playset. All right, too many things. Fire it down. Usually our guest's here, and I have to buzz him in as well, so it's even one more thing than usual. Welcome back to the Late Night Playset. My name is Jay Ryan. This over here to my right is Nicole Ryan, and this is Late Night Playset. We're really happy that you dialed us up this evening. As I started to say, it's our Tuesdays, Talk to Our Tuesdays, so it's the Instagram audience over here, but bring him in. In addition to all of that, we have a guest tonight as well. Our friend Pinstripe Chris is here, and I don't know what the hell happened to me. I've been fine all day, and I just went kaput, fritzed out right before the show. Let's take a breath. What happened? I haven't really talked to anyone. No, that's not true. I just got off the phone. I'm trying to find every excuse in the book. None of them really work today. It's just me. Our friend Pinstripe Chris is going to be here live in person any minute now.
Great.
But he's going to tell us all about the smoking tire experience. If you remember calling back, he was a guest on our show, and we said, man, I can't remember how it came about, but you'd be a great guest on the smoking tire. We said, let's make it our mission to get you on smoking tire. And we did. And he did. And now this is like after Walking Dead, Talking Dead. Now we're talking tire. We're going to be talking tire.
I can't wait.
If you're not tired of us talking, we're going to be talking tire in just a little bit. If you stick around. after you get tired of us talking, stick around a little bit longer. All right, so the hellos. Hello, Mrs. How are you?
Hello. Icky.
It was a trip watching you get in here today. You can't, you need a cane and a support system.
Yeah.
Like a wall or furniture.
Energy's gone downhill in the last couple days.
Is it energy?
Yeah,
Strength?
I'm not sleeping either. So to me,
that's
it's very
awful.
connected.
That's terrible. Oh, well. By the way, it's this every time. Every time I'm like, oh, I can't figure it out. Why am I fritzing? It's because my brain can't handle it. Here we go. All good. So nice to see you again. Sorry for the first 5 minutes. We're just killing time anyway because Pinstripe isn't here yet. Heady music. Heady music. What does that mean? Heady music. Old trapper? Oh, old trapper. Oh, you. What does that mean, heavy music? Hot Wheels fan addict. I'm trying to wave it in here. We're starting with you. Autokennel's here. Hi, Autokennel. Hola, he says. Actually, let's do that first. Okay. I want to talk about this weekend because it was big and crazy. Breakfast Club was huge. I forgot that it was Easter weekend, making it Good Friday. And it was just huge, as you saw from that video there. No room in the parking lot. Thanks to everybody who came out. It was a great day. A lot of good energy out there. Saturday, Lisa Taylor and Tom Ridings had a wonderful Cars and Coffee over at Flying L Ranch, and it was a good time had by all. That's all I'll say about that. Thank you. Other than thank you to Lisa and Tom. It was really, really fun. It was great to see people again. It was really great to see people again. I felt like there was
so many people went out.
Exactly. It was like this was the first time we were seeing everybody since Sierra Madre. I guess 2019. It would have had to have been before. No, it must have been 2020, but it was the very early 20. Yeah.
Oy.
Before the shutdown. Anyway, it was really nice. Sorry, I'm verbose about that. And then Sunday, the porch. Oh man, that was fun.
That was
it was a great day on the porch. Great day on the porch. Autokennel met one of his heroes in the way of Eddie Irvine. Pretty cool for him.
Really awesome.
Got a picture with him. It was his birthday, so that all worked out really, really well. Really well. Thank you to Tony Rackley on that one for helping make that happen. I just said hello and took the picture. Yeah, okay, so speaking of Autokennel, let's get to, there was some viewer mail, and I don't want to miss our guest, who's probably going to be, it'll be 5:30, like, I'm outside, I've been buzzing for 15 minutes. All right, let me get all this stuff out here. This is a bunch of stuff from Autokennel in a Haggerty bag, because we all love Haggerty, right? Check it. This, you should, if you want Haggerty Insurance, and you do, trust me, you're going to want to check out Jeff Sinclair and Sinclair Insurance, coverageforyourtoys.com. We'll tell you about him in a little bit, but think about coverageforyourtoys.com while you look at this. There you go. Okay. I can't help it. Now that we're doing commercials, I'm shameless about it. Fantastic. Okay, this is something I wear all the time. All the time. It's my favorite. I used to wear, my favorite one was from Apple, my favorite hoodie. And then the moment I got this, which I think, ironically, was a gift on this show from Paul Kennel when we first met him, it's been my go-to hoodie. This is the one I wear all the stinking time. So, from Compliments of Autokennel, I have 2 of these hoodies that we are going to give away because they are, well, one, I already have one, and 2, they're sizes that will fit other people, not necessarily me. We have an XL and a double XL. You know what they look like. I wear it all the time. I'm thinking jump on the Instagram and first person who wants them, I don't know, and then we'll give them to you at Breakfast Club. How's that? I think that works. So if you're coming to Breakfast Club on Friday and you want an XL or a double XL and you want to represent Autokennel and wear a really cool merchandise piece of sweatshirt here, I don't know what's wrong with me. It's cool because they were designed by, I can't remember his name. I always want to say Harper Ferry, but I'm not sure that that's right because it sounds to me like a...
That's the guy that did the Obama painting.
Is it? And Obey?
Yeah.
Yeah, then that's right. That's right. So that's who did this
cool.
merch for Autokennel. So there's that, but then also, Mrs. Because you're you, he was going through stuff. If you couldn't tell, this is sort of housekeeping a little bit. We'll have to see them next to you, but I think these both will work for you. They're both smalls in a navy and a long sleeve black. I
can't wait.
I think they'll work for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, good stuff. So there's that. And then over here. Yeah, there you go. Hi, Autokennel. Hi, everybody. Autokennel sent a request. View request. Going live. Of course, I just turned this mic around. Going live, Autokennel. Hang in there. Hey, there he is. He did it. So we're all on, and say something.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, but I'm going to hear you better. I turned you down for Johnny Lieberman. I know that doesn't make sense now, but if you watched last week's show, it'll make sense. There we go. What's up, buddy?
Not much. I can't see you, but I have a feeling you could see me.
We can.
Okay, great. And I wish we had more of those sweatshirts that were your guys' size. We called them our hipster sweatshirts because since Obey made all the clothing, they all have kind of young, skinny audience.
Yeah.
So like all the sizes we had, like the XL was really like a normal, like American large, and double XL was the same thing, an XL.
I'm glad you're saying that. I should say that. I wear a large, and it's snug on me, as you all know. So, yeah, the XL would probably be like an American large. So
exactly.
Think about that. I guess we're really giving away American large and XLs.
Exactly. Those are European or hipster sizes.
Awesome.
So, yeah. How you guys doing?
Good, buddy. It's so nice to see you. I love that we see you so regularly now. I mean, we have a little Porsche family thing going.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful for the few things that COVID brought that are better than they were before.
Oh, yeah. No, it's, even when COVID's over, I think Fridays are becoming a tradition for me. I get to drive different stuff, do longer drives, but I think if you don't break away and just get some time off, then it's too easy to work 24 hours a day. So I need it.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And you love what you do. So it would be very easy to die there one day.
Yeah, exactly.
Take some time for you.
So it's weird. I posted Chris leaving on his way to be with you guys a while ago.
And you just saw him arrive. I just buzzed him in.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't. For some reason, I don't see you guys on my screen.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. I forgot.
That's okay.
When you tune into the YouTube later, you look beautiful.
Okay. Good. Now I can see me. I just see where your face would be as a black screen with this white circle that.
Oh, well, then excuse me. We look beautiful.
Okay, I figured that. I'm like, wait, I don't need to see me. I need to see you guys. I'm excited to watch, Chris on there because the smoking tire was cool. You get one part of Chris. I think you know him better, so I think you'll get a different part of Chris, which will be cool.
Yeah, it was really, really fun. Oh man, everyone's chiming in here. How great! What's up, buddy? He's here now. Have a seat in the white one over there, and we'll be right with you. White chair, that is. Sorry, that was a weird thing. Have a seat in the white bathtub, and then we'll be right with you. Paul Kennel's here.
Very nice.
Very nice.
And there's the Ed in the background. Can you see him?
Oh, hi, the Ed. So the Ed is coming into the office.
Yeah, he's there today, thankfully, because we had a client who bought that Jeep. And
finally. That's why we can see the Ed.
Yeah, because the Jeep was right here, taking up 2 spots. And actually, I think it went to a French actor.
Gerard Depardieu? It's the only one I can think of.
Put it this way, I had to look him up, and my wife, he actually, I can't remember his name.
Well, I guess we're not going to find out. All right, Autokennel. Oh, wait, and it killed the whole feed. That's so funny. All right, well, yeah, we got to discard that because there's no other option. So. Whoa, what's all that? I don't want that. We're still here, obviously, with the YouTube audience. Oh, shit, I should dial that up. Hi, YouTube. See? It all is what it is. There we sit, people. Kyle Smithson. Hi, Smithson. Sup. Refugee Republic. Hello. AT is the show played somewhere else besides YouTube. Yeah, right now Instagram, but YouTube's where you want us to see it. Is it popular? Yeah. Getting there. Tell your friends. My mom loves it. Big fan. Big fan. Huge fan. What was I doing? Chris, it's been crazy. I've been off the rails since we got here.
Oh, nice.
It's been one of those days where I thought everything was in line, and then I realized everything seemed to go just to plan today. But the moment we went on the air, I just unspooled. I don't know what
At
happened.
least it's not the whole day, just a short amount of time.
Exactly. Pull that mic up to you if you're going to talk to us.
Okay.
Unless you're going to mime and wave.
I will mime and wave.
I'm going to remind everyone that Pinstripe Chris looks like this. There he is
Hey,
over there on
that's
Instagram.
what I look
It's
like.
going to be like that. He's going to be in here in just a couple minutes. Once we're done talking to you. There we go. Oh, wait, I'm not with them. Damn it. What are we doing here? What kind of an amateur operation is this? Remember, it died, and then I have to put it back on. Oh, what is these filters? Come on, just...
You got the kitty ears now.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
that.
not a cat. Well, obviously, I'm not a cat. I know you're not a cat. That was one of the funniest things.
Real person.
Everyone saw that. Everyone knows what we're talking about, right?
I think that's the best thing that happened all last year.
I couldn't possibly agree with you more. I effing loved it. Hey, everybody. Sorry, we don't know what Autokennel's car was. We don't know what happened there. But we're into a whole bunch of other stuff. So join us on YouTube. 9Z Wolf. Love that beige 912. Love that car. Hi, everybody. Simon, Shilba, 4 Fuchs. How many would you have? It'd be funny with 3 3/4 Fuchs. Fuchs search. John Linfesti. Hi, John Linfesti. Joe Serenity's here. Very cool. So this is, yes, we're very popular with the people who know us. Once you get to know us, you stick around. We're like fungus. Autokennel on YouTube says, "Hola, Jay. Sorry about that." Well, that's all right. Finish what you were going to say, though, because I don't remember what it was.
He's telling us about the French actor.
Oh, right. And who was it? I guessed Gerard Depardieu, because who else is there? Although I'm an old guy now, so there's probably many more nowadays, especially now that we're more a global movie-making
good point.
machine. Yeah, you heard me. Hi, David Keynes. Good vibes, 1111. Autokennel son of request. Yeah, we'll see how this goes, buddy. Make sure I'm not in anything over here, because sometimes... No, I've got nothing open. Nothing open. All right, so let's bring it back in here with Autokennel. And I'll throw the bug up there, because I can't believe I haven't been yelled at for not having it yet. There he is. Can you... All right, so I guess Gerard Depardieu.
No, that would have been really cool. That's the actor from Green Card, I believe, right?
Well, I mean, sure, or My Father the Hero. I mean, obviously. But yes, Green Card with Andy McDowell.
There's a guy named Olivier Martinez, and
Oh,
he's
it's
French.
hot.
And I think he has a child with Halle Berry.
Oh, well, I bet that kid's ugly. Sarcasm.
Yeah. So, but I didn't really meet him, just dealt with his people. And he wanted the Jeep, literally paid for it today, got smog, picked up on a truck, and just got delivered to Beverly Hills. I mean, I think it was something with his kid, some special occasion with his 7-year-old kid who really wanted to, I guess, get the Jeep to play in or whatever.
Wow, that's awesome.
Sweet.
Holy cow, what a cool clubhouse.
It's a sandbox now.
AT on YouTube wants to know, does the girl speak or only laugh? That's a tough one. You want to answer that? Are you able to today?
Is there a question?
Does the lady speak or only laugh?
I speak when I'm asked a question.
Okay. My answer will be Nicole has MS, multiple sclerosis, which makes talking difficult. When this show first started, she was very much speaking, I would say more than me in the very beginning. And we've gotten to the point where she, stays with the conversation 100%, and she's beautiful to look at. And her laugh is the most infectious thing we've ever experienced. So she kind of just keeps up and punches up with that Ed McMahon laughter, and is fulfilling a fantastic purpose. Also, the energy in the room is very nice, and she's welcome to talk whenever.
Thanks.
but these days she's more reflective and introspective than the old days, where it used to sort of be diarrhea of the mouth, I'd say.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah. So yes, if you have any questions for the lady whose name is Nicole, the girl. What the hell do you get the money to keep doing this if nobody is watching? It's so funny. Yeah, that's a good one. I'm not going to answer that question. It's a good question, though. We've definitely gone all in on this. We burned the boats, as Cortez did, I believe. Are you still there, Autokennel? Are you sitting in a car right now?
I'm sitting in Mr. Magoo.
Oh, you are? Oh, I love that car. I'm glad you still have it. Are you thinking about getting rid of that?
I don't drive it very much. And to me, that's the killers. I really wish I should drive it more. And it just seems like when I want to go drive something, Mr. Magoo is kind of the last to the party. But,
yeah.
Right now it needs to get fixed. We were in Malibu the last time I drove it, Malibu, a month ago, and I can't remember if you were there or not. It didn't start. Darren helped me push start it. It just literally wouldn't start.
Oh.
And then it worked fine for the next couple days, and then I was at a place in Costa Mesa. I kind of felt bad. It was a little, German watch repair guy. He's this old German guy. And I was in Mr. Magoo, dropped off a watch, and wouldn't start when I left, so he went out to help me push it. And I tried to get him to go in the car, and I would push it. He didn't want to do that. And then when it started, it kind of...
It's whenever he walks around the shop there. That's what I'm noticing.
What's that?
Because when he's in the car, it seemed to be fun. Whenever he starts walking around.
Yeah.
Maybe
He
the
drops
Wi-Fi is
that.
actually from the car.
What's that?
The Wi-Fi is actually from the car.
Yes. From an
It's a
old
hotspot,
BMW
the whole
1600,
car.
yeah.
Of course.
We
must have different internet.
I guess we got to get rid of that too then, right? I mean, what a shame. Well, it's up here. We got it up here. I don't know why I have to talk myself back into that every time. Can we get another video from Sunroof Delete? There we go. Oh, I'll tell you about that in a little bit. I just got off the phone with Magnus. We had a great catch-up.
Nice.
He didn't make it up to Breakfast Club on Friday because the SC got a blowout with helmet driving. It was actually a combination of errors that ended up happening, but so they didn't end up making it up. But then I saw a helmet at Lisa Taylor's on Saturday, and it was weird because it was the turbo was there with the Magnus thing. I was like, oh, the new car that he just bought.
Yeah.
And so I was like, is Magnus here? Like, because I feel like you usually know when
Yeah, of
Magnus is here
course.
because everyone kind of moves one way or the other.
Yeah.
We're not here again. This isn't still happening. How come? Why this is so difficult? What? Here. All right. I'm gonna boop. When in doubt, shut down Instagram. I don't know what I'm trying to say. He spent the day with the new GT3, 992 GT3.
Nice.
And we talked a lot about it. I
Nice.
have not had any time with it yet, and I certainly am hoping that happens through some source or another. He sort of got roped into that. He tagged along with somebody else, and then it ended up being a whole thing where he got to drive, and he took it up to Newcomb's.
Oh, nice.
Pretty cool. All right, now we're live again. Sorry, Instagram. I don't know what's going on. Skip Plus, welcome back. I know that our system's running over here. Everything seems okay, so I'm hoping that the issues on Autokennel's side. It will be big. Just keep it up. Refugee Republic, thank you. Jeremy Gates, hope you all are well. It was great meeting you Friday. Thank you for being so kind to my kids and myself. It's great. It was great to meet you, Jeremy. As I recall, we took a photo with you. Didn't we I think the group photo was with you. And I thought it was wonderful. And in hindsight, now I'm thinking, wait, why didn't we have your kids in the photo? Because I don't think they were. Anyway, maybe they took the photo. I don't remember. But thanks for coming. If I recall, you came in from like Bakersfield or someplace, which is pretty far.
2 hours.
When we got all the messages from people coming in, they were coming down from San Francisco, up from San Diego, and out from Bakersfield. That's kind of northeast, isn't it? I don't know where the hell it is.
Yeah.
It's kind of north, but
It's
because of how the geography goes,
yeah.
whatever. So from all over the place, and I forgot that it was Easter. That's why it was. I said that before. That's why it was such a big jamming thing. Were you there? I can't remember.
This past Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were there.
Yeah.
It was a zoo, and it was a blur, and I don't
Yeah.
remember who the hell I talked to. I can't believe I remember that guy.
Everybody.
What were you driving?
GTI, which is probably why you didn't.
That's
notice
what
me.
it was. Yeah, I remember you were there the week before because you brought that yellow car, that Autokennel
Well, yeah,
Classic
exactly,
74,
exactly.
the light yellow one.
Correct.
How was that?
The yellow car?
Yeah.
That one, the 73?
Yeah.
That was odd. I could talk quite a while about that one.
Oh, all right. Well, is it sold yet?
I
Let's
don't
not. Maybe
know.
I don't know. Is it good stuff? You have to say.
It's just car stuff.
You know, you just come on in here. Just come on in here, and we'll figure out the
So I
Instagram of
came
it
in
all.
there.
I mean, if you want to. I mean, I've still got to talk about St. Clair Insurance. I got to talk about Cruising to Wellness. I got to tell you.
Like a comfier seat.
But it is what it is, right? And you're here. Welcome, buddy. Make that happen. And then I brought a thing if you want to put your phone out. Otherwise,
What's up?
I'll put this somewhere else so it's not quite in your face like that.
Hello.
Yeah. How's it going, Instagram?
Wow.
Very nice to see you.
Yeah, I avoid 4K video for myself on purpose. I just don't have that good of a complexion to be that.
4K video is brutal.
Oh my god.
No way.
I'm not made for 4K.
No, yeah. 480 is where I'm coming.
Yeah. 480.
I feel good about 480.
And also in the in Snyder Cut aspect ratio,
What's that?
like 4:3.
Oh, is that what's Snyder Cut? I've never heard that.
The really?
Well, yeah. I
Beneath
didn't
that.
explain it to me.
Oh, of the new Justice League,
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't know anything.
the re-release. Okay. You haven't made the 4 hours to sit down to watch that yet?
Oh, I'm having a hard time plugging this iPad in. I can't imagine sitting down for 4 hours for a movie. Justice League is comic book, right?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
DC.
Nothing against it. I just don't get it.
Oh,
Never
okay.
did. Truly nothing against it. I'm not one of those people who are like, fuck Iron Man.
Neither
I
am
don't know
I.
if anybody says that.
Neither am I. If it's a good movie, it's a good movie. It's a bad movie, everybody gets to hear about a bad movie.
Hmm.
Yeah. Because everybody's a film critic now, you know?
I guess. I don't know. I don't know what's going on out there, quite frankly. You know, we live in our little bubble. We live in a
Yeah.
talk show. We have a talk show for a living. So every day is kind of
You
the
know what-
same day over, but yet it's a flush of the last one, so you don't even remember.
No, I
It's-
get it.
You
I
live
only
the same day over and over.
Yeah,
And over.
I only see you guys on Friday, so I just assume when you're posting, it's actually just like CGI green screen version of Jay and Nicole. You guys aren't even real. Like people don't even know this is all green screen.
But you're
you
here.
guys are.
But you're here right now.
Yeah, in
It's a
spirit.
hologram? Is that what
Yes.
you're saying?
I drove here.
Is this the universal sign for hologram? I don't know.
don't
That's
know.
terrible. Whatever.
It's
It's
either seaweed or jellyfish.
Gosh, did I finish talking or whatever we were talking about with
What
them? I
were
feel
we
bad.
talking about?
Autokennel, we got the guy. I wanted to tell, because we were on Gerard Depardieu, I want to tell a very quick Rod Emery story, but it's
nice.
it's super, super quick. Rod Emery was going back to the shop one day, and I think he had one of the kids in the car with him. I can't remember, but he was on the way, like in a hurry to get back to the shop in one of the Outlaws, and he pulled up at one of the lights on probably Sherman Way or something, and somebody next to him pulled him and asked about the car, and do you have a shop or something? He's like, yeah, I got a shop, and the guy was trying to be like, well, what's your shop? You know, the guy was trying to, and after Rod kind of zoomed away at the light afterwards, the kid, I think, in the car, he might have been Amy, I can't remember, but I think it was one of the kids, was like, Dad, that was Gerard Depardieu, the actor.
Oh,
and
shit.
He probably wanted to buy one of your cars or something. He definitely at least is into cars.
Oh man, we've all
funny.
been there.
We've all been there, absolutely.
Yeah, it's pretty relatable.
It's an artist thing, perhaps, that focus. Do you get that as an
Maybe.
artist? Or are you just ADD?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not as introverted as most of the artists, so I'll carry a conversation. That's for sure. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll answer all the dumb questions. I don't care. Honestly, when somebody pulls up next to me and we're driving in any car, I assume that when they're rolling the window down, they're asking me what year it is. 50% of the time, they're letting me know that something's sparking, dragging, fumes, fire. Yeah, so you get in the habit of somebody rolling down the window, and you're already getting ready to say 1969, and they're like, fire. Oh,
Extinguisher.
never mind. It's not a 1969 anymore. I'm leaving.
With you being as open and as exposed in your car as it's a roadster, I mean, there's
yes.
no roof or anything. I would imagine that you would know when things were going on with your car. I know the engine's behind you, but like,
Still, yeah, you get all the smells and everything, and you get used to that. So when you're in someone else's car and you're paying attention to all the smells, you're like,
you know what's wrong with their car.
Well, or just especially on the highway, you start to, is it my car? Is the car in front of me? Which, so every single smell you get sends you into panic mode because you don't know if it's yours or somebody
I
or the
see.
cars around you.
It gives you a PTSD about it.
A little bit. You're just like, just start operating the pedals a little bit differently, see if that changes the smell. Okay, it's not my car. It's not my car. Downshift, carry on.
God, that's funny. We can talk about anything and everything, and I don't know if I got to everything from the card that I was supposed to even talk about. Let's see. Hellos, the weekend thank yous. We did that. Vermeil. We did. Hang on, I only did one of them. I got to do the other one. You're just here.
I am
here.
just enjoying this chair.
Enjoy. This is like a regular podcast. It's not like what we normally do. This one is from our friends over at Galgan Porsche in Las Vegas. Okay, Porsche Classic. It's a Oh, it's a bunch of stickers. Oh, stickers. I see. Well, that's very nice. A sticker sheet. And this is to GVBC. Listed to GVBC. Listed? What's wrong with me?
I don't know.
I wonder if I stroked out. I did have a Did you hear what happened earlier with the cat food? Oh my God.
Yeah, I did.
Anybody want to hear what happened with the cat food?
It sounds
Oh my
pretty dramatic
God.
for cat food.
Bro,
It was.
I was having a swell day until there was an issue with the cat food, and it was not good.
Is cat okay?
Cat's fine.
Okay.
Cat's fine. Cat's fine. Cat's fine. Cat food's fine. Our cat is old, and she's taken to doing old cat things. And, while this cat is incredibly loving and well-behaved, like, old cat, your other one did it too. Whenever they're getting, I don't know, in the last couple of years or whatever, like, whenever it's food time, it's like a loud, audible
Oh
thing.
my
Like,
God.
meow, 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 like that kind of thing. Especially, like, the closer you get, it's like when you got to pee, the closer to home, you're like, oh man, it's kind of the same thing. And really, I think because she's not hearing as well, the volume is just getting louder and louder.
Oh, wow.
But with that, the intensity of I need the food now. Just sitting there, patient while I'm making it.
This could be the last meal.
Just so you all know, what we're talking about is it's a little mid-century modern type of like 2-on-1 type of stand. I don't want to go get it. Imagine it's a twofer. It's a twofer.
Gotcha.
But it's 3 pieces because there's this little wire stand and then these 2 stainless cups that sit in them. Right. Got the wet food. Got the dry food.
Oh, wow.
Separate water thing. That's a separate thing
Gotcha.
on a towel. She's very dainty. Remember the Fancy Feast commercials with the martini glass and the whiskers and all that? Yeah, that's what we do.
Wow.
So, and it is legitimately Fancy Feast. So, and the soft food is Fancy Feast. It's a whole production to get the thing ready because, you're washing the dish out from the day
Oh,
before,
yeah,
all the
yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
right? And finally get it ready. And now, meow, meow, meow. And as I'm just about to put it down on the floor, she like does something she's never done before, which is like kind of trip me. And I dropped it. 3 pieces.
Aw.
Imagine dropping an old Razor phone, how they were designed to, the phone, the cover, and the battery were
would
just
all
to
just
eject.
scatter. Yes.
That's what happened, only with a cup of wet food. And it wasn't pate. This is beef and gravy.
Sweet.
It was turkey
Excellent.
and gravy.
Clean's better.
And then a million little giblets of whatever the fancy whatever the
Cat
was.
food atomized.
Mixed. Everything went everywhere, and because of the
Perfect.
calamity of these little aluminum stainless steel things, like it hits the floor and becomes a catapult into the other room. I was dust busting cat food out of the living room, down the hallway, underneath the front door. It was a whole thing. And it was because of the stainless steel and the calamitous nature of all these things clanking together. It was the loudest thing I could imagine.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
The people that move in after you are still going to find some.
All right, so that threw me earlier, and apparently I'm still thrown. J&N thought about you both when these came in, brought a smile to my face, and hope they bring one to yours. That's from Mikey. Oh.
That's awesome.
Love Mikey over at Gowden Porsche. This card was designed by Alex, a 21-year-old client of Grant a Gift Autism Foundation and full-time Subway employee. His manager boasts that he demonstrates true teamwork abilities and a dedicated work ethic that has been a positive influence at the shop. Alex is also an extremely talented artist, as you can see from his artwork. How cool is that? Super, super cool.
That's really cool.
That's awesome.
And I did not intend to open this the day the artist is sitting in the chair. That's very, very cool.
That's really cool.
Great job, kid. Good stuff. All right, so thanks, Mikey. Now what do we got here? We got some coasters. You got the Fuchs coasters.
Nice.
You ever see those?
Nice.
And we got some lanyards here. Some Porsche lanyards as well.
Indeed.
This is
My
all
goodness.
stuff to give to Breakfast Club tomorrow, or whatever day it is. This week.
Wow.
What day is it?
We have so many days
Today's
left to go.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Today is Tuesday. All right, so Friday. Did that work? Here, hang on. Let me see if I can get us all in here. Chris, it's too many things, bro.
Just
Did
hit
that
all
work?
the
That is.
buttons
We're all
at
here,
once.
Sort of. And then what is this here? I don't know what this is. Shit, I can't. No. How old are you? It's coming.
34.
Oh, you got time. Plenty of
I've
time.
got time.
Well, that makes me almost 10 years older than you, and this only started happening recently for
Oh.
me, so you got plenty of time.
Okay.
And you're going to need those magnifiers first.
No
I
shit.
assure you. That's the first one. It's a bunch of paper clips. I don't know why that was difficult for me. I should have just opened it. It's got writing on it. Purolator, Micronic, Porsche. You know what I mean? It looks like an oil filter.
Okay, that makes
I had to look at the
sense.
bottom to get it. Now I get
That
it.
makes sense.
Didn't say Fram on the
That's
side.
kind of what I was
You know?
thinking. Yeah. If it was orange and black.
Yeah. That's funny. Are those the ones you use?
Frem?
Yeah, I can't remember. I think the ones I use are the yellow.
I
yellow
don't
and
change my
green
oil
one.
that often to know.
You don't?
Well, I pay someone else to work on the Porsche, and the
sorry.
Roadster doesn't have an external filter.
Yeah, no.
Volkswagen Bugs don't have a filter. They have not that type of filter.
You go through so much oil. Who needs a filter?
I just keep topping it off. It keeps falling out the other end.
You don't need to change it either because it's constantly in rotation.
It's fine. Just change the weight as you go.
Getting thicker and thicker.
Yeah, why not?
So anyway, come on out to Breakfast Club if you want this stuff. It'll be on top of the car. First come, first serve.
Nice.
All right. That's what we do. Along with the things over here, although I think I saw Rami. Rami, I did see you jump in there. I said, did someone say an XL? So Rami gets dibs on one of these. All right.
Good for you being so organized. That's awesome.
See if we're ready for you yet.
All right. Chair's still a happy place.
Magnus Walker, he's just awesome. You know I'm a fan, but I just love him. I think he's a great guy. We were doing some podcast talk today as strategizing stuff.
Nice.
Because he's starting one.
Yeah.
Finally.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I mean, who isn't starting one?
Well, I think finally people are catching on.
That's true.
That you just have to have a podcast. You can't be a human being today in America, maybe the world, and not have a podcast.
I think
so
also,
that's the
yeah.
reason I asked you here today, actually.
Yeah.
because it's actually more of what they call an intervention. All of these red lights on all these electronic devices are here to pinpoint you, Pinstripe Chris. It's all coming back to me. Look, the eloquence.
Yes.
What happened?
My lack of podcast. Very interesting.
No, I'm just saying.
No, you're not wrong.
Because
it is missing in my life.
We're going to talk about your new studio and everything in a
nice.
little bit, if that's all right with you.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. All right, right on.
Sweet.
Oh, man. All right, so I can still see Instagram. The boat I help manage now is going in the water this week. The season is almost here. Bravo. I wonder if they're having other conversations on there. I shouldn't read. Skip Plus says, nice. Chris has a camera wave. Is there any way you can make that go up? Oh, no, it's doing it on its own. Never mind. You're fantastic. You just looked at it and made it happen.
It's
Great
happening.
Job. Great job.
Fantastic.
I feel like your mojo's coming back.
Great.
Do you? Do you?
I think so.
If you believe it, it will,
I believe it.
Very nice.
What's your favorite Christmas movie?
It's my favorite Christmas movie. As controversial as it'll be Die Hard.
Oh, it's not controversial. That's fine. I like that train movie, the Tom Hanks train movie, the animated train movie. That
Interesting.
isn't
Now
really
that's
the
even
best,
more controversial than.
Isn't the best. Yeah, that's right. I trumped your controversial Christmas movie.
Very good job.
It's not the best. It's hard to watch because they just didn't have that technology yet. They were using it before it was really ready for prime time.
Yeah.
In a gigantic Robert Zemeckis Christmas movie, like huge. I feel like they did that with Grinch too. Like that one, they were both near misses. Anyway,
Almost, yeah.
story though, and the fact that the underlying message is believe.
Nice.
Believe.
Yeah.
And I always have. I'm a believer.
It's a good message.
Dreamer and believer, which by the way can lead to some effing magic.
I believe you.
You like the first Die Hard more than the second one? They're both Christmas movies.
Yes, by a long shot.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Every time I want to watch the second one because I remember a couple good parts of it. I mean, it's
There's like
torture.
Yeah,
It is
there's
torture.
30 Die Hard movies. Does anyone watch the second one more than once?
To me, there's still three. To me, there's still three Die
okay.
Hard. I know there's like six probably, right? Six
Yeah,
or
I don't know,
seven. To me, there's still three.
700-ish. I don't know. They've gone off the rails.
John McClane has hair to me.
Interesting.
Not for any reason. I'm just like the third
This
one. He
is
still
the
had
s-
hair.
yeah,
And then
this
after
is the
that, it was like
span of movies you pay
yeah,
attention to.
Die
I get
Hard
it. I
another
get it.
day. Whatever the fuck.
We're still dying.
Yeah.
And harder.
Yeah, hardest death ever. I guess I should just sit at the desk for an hour first, and then I just kind of loosen into it.
Yeah, why not?
Oh my gosh! All right, Pinstripe Chris.
Hi.
The reason that we invited you here was because when you were here last, the smoking tire idea came. It was hatched.
Yeah.
We said, I think we can make that happen. Why don't we just make that happen.
Look at you, the magic maker. You made it happen.
Not me. The universe, all of us. So the whole point is you did it. I thought it was great. I've seen it back. I'm curious
Nice.
if you've even watched it.
I've watched some of it.
Some of it, just the
Yeah.
beginning? Just the end? Just the
Maybe
middle?
like the first. No, I've almost watched all of it. Maybe 2/3 through now.
Okay.
Yeah, enough.
I want to know what you thought of it, and I want to know what the experience was like for you.
I thought it was great in the experience.
Don't be so quick. Think about your answer. You did this on the Smoking Tire too.
I know.
Don't just think about it for a second. There's no buzzer. You're not on Jeopardy.
you
And
know
there's
what?
no pressure at all.
I replied to a comment related to that afterwards because somebody had said something like that, and I'm used to interview stuff being like live format, 5 minutes to tell your life story. So just out of habit, I condense every answer into the.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's not a good habit. I don't want to be like this.
Be like this. No. It's actually a very.
Try to be efficient with words.
The truth is, they're two different skill sets, and you're going to need them both.
Yeah, you need to
So
separate
you've
them a
got
little
one.
bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
That's all.
sometimes you don't know when there's time or space to elaborate. To be perfectly honest, I didn't know how long the Smoking Tire show was going to be. So if someone was like, because some podcasts, they just run until everyone's just like, well, it's lunchtime. Let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
And some are like 90 minutes or 60 minutes or 30 minutes. And I don't think I've ever gone on a live show or podcast where anyone actually told me how much time we have.
Well,
So I assume the worst.
But that's kind of that's what's different about this medium these days than it was in the old days. We ironically try to keep to a schedule because I'm doing television in my old life. You know what I mean? Like I am.
That makes sense.
I am challenging myself at all times when doing this job.
Yeah.
There's never a day where I walk in here like, so, and I just start reading the card.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like you're the same way when it comes to that. The reason the medium is different now is without that schedule, it's conversation dependent.
Yeah.
I don't want to tell you we have an hour and a half if I'm done with you after 45 minutes. Does that make sense?
Totally makes
and
sense.
vice versa.
Yeah,
I don't
sometimes
want to tell
we
you
get
it's
through the best
45
parts,
or an
yeah.
hour, and that's how much time you budget. But that's just when we get to the good stuff, and then you got to go.
That's fair, and I'm sure everybody can relate to watching podcasts that are table-style interviews where there's moments in between questions and responses that are too long, and you're like, oh,
Sure.
this sucks. I don't want to be like that.
Yeah, but you're not.
No, but you're right. One-word answers just as it's also just an East Coast thing.
Is it?
I
East
think
Coast
so.
thing? A
Yeah.
Maryland thing?
Probably. Just efficiency with words.
I mean, my grandfather
Gets
was
you
in
to the
World War II.
point
He was
really,
pretty
really
efficient.
quickly. Somebody asks a question, just answer the question.
All right.
It's evasive. It's a
It can be.
technique of being evasive.
Yeah.
It can, if that's your motivation, yeah.
It-
But
yeah,
if
it
someone
totally
is used to
can be, though.
reading that's how they're going to take it,
Oh, for sure.
right?
Yes.
So back to the question at hand that I do not feel got answered, but here
The
we are
long
talking all
format
around it.
answer of the
no,
question.
I want to know what you thought of your appearance, and tell me. Actually, I don't want to know that yet.
Okay.
Let me take some. You're kind of difficult. You're squirrely, so I'm going to take some control if that's all right.
Fantastic.
If this was really a late night show, I almost said something really, really bad. When this idea got hatched, did you think it would even happen?
Sure.
Did you think it would take a long time?
No. I don't tend to look that far ahead. Things either happen or they don't.
Good for you.
Yeah, I'm pretty
You kind
fluid.
of put it out there,
Yeah.
and then
If it's meant to be, it kind of does. If it requires a little bit more effort on my part, if I feel like it's something, like whatever that effort stage is something that kind of fits my wheelhouse, then it happens. But there's always roadblocks that come in people's journey where you're just like, that's just too much, and I don't want to do that to do this next thing. You just realize that there's steps along in any process where you're like, that's helping me decide that this isn't really what
is
I want
the
to do.
juice worth the squeeze?
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of thing.
for sure. Yeah, exactly.
So it helps weed it out sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm the same way.
But you got to be a little bit more self-aware and see the signs as they come to.
Okay, so a couple weeks go by, whatever it was, and we get you a date.
Yeah.
And now it's real. You know, Matt says, yeah, that sounds great. Let's get you on the list. You know, then where are you?
So it's like 2 weeks from the time that we schedule it to the actual show. I don't think I thought about it until day of.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Well, that's good advice.
Yeah, I don't tend to ruminate about stuff much. I like to think about exciting possibilities because it's kind of nice. But I don't think that far ahead, like to a fault.
Yeah.
Because I'd rather things be spontaneous anyways.
Yeah.
It's just how I communicate better in that format.
I mean, maybe why I'm so fond of you. I'm very similar. To me, there's an efficiency to that type of work, and it really comes down to some people chase and some people attract.
That's true. I think also if you put people on the spot, you get a really either direct answer or interesting answer. If people are witty enough to kind of carry the conversation, not everybody can think on their feet as quickly.
Agreed. I would say almost more important than that is the lay of the land, that both people need to know each other so that they know how to take that type of answer. Because while you could have every good intention in the world, when we first met, it was weird and awkward for a second because like something was like, I didn't know how to take it or whatever.
Sure.
It was just a joke to you. You were just like, you were actually, it seems now in hindsight, like probably trying to communicate in a way that I would or something. You know what I mean? Almost like serving me the meal that I like versus when we got to know each other, you're awesome being you, which is what I think you should stay doing. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Yet we still had that awkwardness up front. Isn't that like weird first impressions? Doesn't that give you the idea of maybe I should dial it back on the initial input so that...
On you?
Sure.
No, well, no, that's up to you.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Obviously.
I don't know. I'm. It's funny. It started to happen on the Smoking Tire, and I was like, I can tell they will vibe. I know they will, but
sure.
I can't tell if it's happened yet.
Yeah.
And that's when I felt the need to say, you know, when you came on our show a couple times, at first I wasn't sure what to make of you because I thought it was a character.
Fair.
Then I realized, no, you're just like this awesome dude who isn't a character. You're just you. And that's when I was like, oh, I like that.
That's interesting.
I like that.
That was actually one of the more intriguing things when I did go back to start rewatching the show, where you mentioned that again. I remembered it from the show, and I thought, what an interesting observation to make about a person. Because we're all characters in a way, but just some people are more comfortable in that than others, I guess.
Some people are doing a character is what I'm trying to impart. I thought that you were... Listen, we have a lot of comedians here in these chairs, and you can watch any of the episodes and tell what's going on there. You know what I mean? Everyone is darty, and there's a thing, there's
an energy.
Like come on, we're playing volleyball. I'm spiking it. It's like this was more Charlie Rose. Like we were gonna have a real conversation here.
I get you.
And some people just aren't willing to break that character. We've had a number of people, all comedians, who weren't willing to break that character.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then I have to then adapt and go, oh, did you ever, there's a famous clip of Gary Shandling and Ricky Gervais where they were going to interview each other and they were going to do they each were going to do shows, but they were going to do it at the same time.
That sounds familiar.
And somehow the producers got it mixed up with which one they were doing first. And one was kind of a yakety yak chat show, and one was like a very serious, we're having these moments. And they just overlapped, and it made for the most bizarre, and they never cut because Gary, while hideously uncomfortable and whatever, he didn't stop it because whatever they were getting was real.
Interesting.
So sometimes you have to sort of adapt, like I did, and like Gary does, like Gary did in that thing, and I do with the comedians, to somebody who isn't willing to break their character.
Yeah, I get you. Or it seems like you have to meet people's energy where they're at, but sometimes you have to come up really high or you have to come down really low, obviously to have a good conversation with somebody.
Huge.
So just,
Speaking of your energy, I had a cup of coffee over just waiting to push the button. And
and I saw that when I was sitting in the chair. And I was
just
like,
there waiting for you to push the button.
No.
Still is if you want it.
I don't want to get up.
Say hi to the missus. Say hi to the missus and I'll...
Hi to the
Did
missus.
you have fun at the show?
It was fantastic. Yeah, I did.
Don't talk about it.
Don't talk about
But I'm glad
the show.
you had fun.
I did. I really did.
I love that guy.
Yeah, he's really nice. It's in the
2 seconds.
We already just kept the conversation going.
We're working up to that.
I
So
was
close.
trying to talk around it.
We're just trying to keep that dead space to a minimum.
It's it's percolating.
Fantastic.
Or whatever.
Excellent.
I'll go get it in a second.
No worries.
You got a follow-up? I'm just kidding.
No,
I'm just kidding.
I'm not saying anything else.
No, I threw you in.
There's that dead space. We just don't want that dead space. It makes me feel uncomfortable.
Is that true? Are you one of those?
I don't. I mean, I like silence, but if we're going to have a conversation, I don't want to just sit here and stare at somebody. Like, that's...
But sometimes what if you're finding an energy?
That's fair, but I think in terms of... I think of production as a part of everything I do for some silly reason. So the amount of time that we're wasting trying to find answers is time wasted. Doesn't mean that everybody has to be super fast. There's just a limit of how much breathing time there should be before the conversation changes from intuitive to slow.
See, that's very interesting. And I'm sure many people share that perspective.
Maybe in different
don't,
words.
so I don't think. No, I'm sure. I'm sure a lot of people do. Jerry Seinfeld. I'm going to go back to Gary Shandling versus Jerry Seinfeld. They're a prime example of they do the same art. They do the same type of art. They're both painters. They both are standing up there with a microphone, telling jokes, getting you to relate to their comedy so that you laugh and pay them money. Boy, I went down that. I was thinking to myself, boy, I have to go get this coffee, which is now ready, but I don't want... Here, how about this? Some people cut all that stuff out, like you're saying, and then some people like to leave it in because it shows the authenticity in how and where and why things happen.
Yeah.
Some people are just concerned with getting the messaging across. Hey, look, here's the bullets, A, B, C, here's what you should remember. And then I guess maybe... the Gary Shandling side is you get to see how and why those bullets got chosen to be put there.
That makes sense.
I don't know which one. I don't think one's better. I think they're just totally.
Yeah, there's not a right or wrong answer. You see somebody's character and how they respond. So there's not one version of all the things that has to be true for everybody.
100%. Yeah. Is this too long? Is this too long? Is this too long? I'm starting to feel comfortable. All right, so you didn't really get nervous, which is kind of amazing.
No,
That's
I don't
great.
get nervous about anything.
Oh,
It's a superhero strength I've always had.
for real?
Yeah.
Driving cars, public speaking, all
Could
this
care
stuff.
less.
No shit.
Yeah. I spent my youth on stage performing in front of people, so being in front of people is like where I get more
Forgot about
energy.
that. I totally forgot about
Yeah.
that.
I'd rather be around people than not.
So you don't have the going to school in their underwear dream or whatever, or no pants, or what's that one?
No, and you know what? If that happened in real life, I would just thrive in it anyways.
Yeah, me too.
Because I would have all the attention. Let's be
Same
real.
here. Class clown, here I am.
Exactly.
They don't know I did it on purpose.
Yeah. What would be so awful about that?
Oh, that's funny. All right, so you didn't get nervous. So day of.
Yeah.
You
I
drive
left
there, you
like
got
4
wicked
hours early, as opposed to today, where I really thought I left with enough time.
I think it was great, but it was funny because we had talked back and forth, and I've mentioned it here on the show before, but like in the old days of these real talk shows and of comedians and stuff, when these shows were on television and not in people's dining rooms, you would if your friend was on a show, you would all go to the show.
Yeah, of course.
And it's kind of still like that if somebody has a comedy special.
Yeah, if
or
there's
something.
space, yeah.
So whenever I have a friend or somebody that I helped put on that show, like we show up. And,
Makes sense.
And so I intended to if the schedule allowed with you.
Yeah.
And then you checked in to see if, and it all seemed to work out when you gave me the date and everything. And then all I know is I'm driving down there to support my friend, and Matt's sending me a text like, "Hey, are you almost here? Because he's early and we're ready to go." And I was like, "Well, they could go. I mean, I was just going to help him. I was going to help him prepare like a little bit, I guess. Is there any bullets you want to talk about? I'll help you with that stuff."
Good idea.
And all I know is the moment I got there, like, "Do you want coffee?" And I was like, "Yeah, I guess. All right, sure. All right, sit down." I was like, "You want me in it too?" So I feel like I kind of got hoodwinked into your thing, and I've never felt good about it.
I think it was better that you were there, to be honest. Otherwise, I'm sitting at a table with two people that I already know I like and respect, but we've never met or talked. You're like the conduit that makes the whole connection possible in the first place.
That's what Matt said too. As long as you're okay with it. I genuinely felt bad because I didn't want. I feel like if I wasn't there at all, you would have had more time.
I don't know if that's true or not, and we'll never know. So what's worth even thinking about?
Good point. Good point. Very good point.
No, it was fantastic. It was great that you were there.
I have a feeling you'll be back, so I wouldn't worry about it.
That would be cool too. I'll slow my answers down a little bit. I'll elaborate on things.
I think what it is now that you know Matt, when you see him, you guys can talk, and then he'll see, like I did, who you really are, which I feel like we certainly got to in that episode.
Yeah.
But again, it's a numbers game. You know what I mean?
That makes a lot of sense. I still really intriguing that you thought I was playing a character. That's almost like it's endearing in a strange way.
That was no statement on you. It was me having met that type of person
Yeah.
before and just assuming you were that type of person.
You know what? I've met a lot of people.
It says more about me than you.
Well, I've met a lot of people like that as well, or just people that are that want to be like life of the party, but you can tell they're not. They just really want to be.
We call that big. People who are big.
Okay, that's fair.
We call that people
Yeah.
who are big.
Yeah, far
in
less
comedy.
insulting when you say it that way.
Yeah, personality-wise, just like, hey, or they wrote a song about Everclear wrote a song about it, Everything to Everyone.
There you go. Oh, one of my favorite Everclear songs.
Same here, because that message is insane.
Yeah.
So true.
That makes a lot of sense. And I think we all want attention, but we all go about it different ways is all.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, I think I mentioned this maybe one time that we sat here, and I think I mentioned on Smoking Tire, because all of us sort of know each other from social media. That's the volume level we're used to people's personality. So when you finally do meet somebody in person, you're meeting more of them than you ever will.
That's so fun.
So you're either meeting a whole lot or very little.
That's a really good point. You've thought about this.
I've spent the last 8 years making my living on social media, which means I've been able to show this much of my personality because I don't really get to talk. I just show videos and photos of artwork, which is cool. That's what I do for a living. But people are often surprised by who I actually am and my age, strangely enough.
I find you fascinating.
Oh,
And I
thanks.
love you more. Every time I find out more stuff about you, it continues the needle in the right direction. I want to know then how the experience was for you on the show. And then I want to segue into, did you enjoy it enough to start your own? Because I think you should now that you have a
interesting.
studio, et cetera, et cetera, et
Ah,
cetera.
very interesting. Very
Maybe you and
interesting.
Autokennel. I don't know. I'm not trying to. I'm just saying.
The Autokennel podcast. Not bad, not bad.
So how did it go?
The podcast, I thought it went really, really good. Again, kind of what would it be like to sit down and talk to people that you already know through like social media or watching their videos you've never had a conversation with, but you feel like you sort of know because you've watched enough of their videos.
100%.
So they're not like strangers, but you've never had a conversation. So to your point, you don't know the pacing and the general structure of stuff like that. So, but I'm usually comfortable around most people. I'll just dial it back per the situation as needed.
I think if I think, oh, Jesus Christ, there's something. People think of celebrity. There are a lot of aspects to celebrity.
That's true.
One of which simply is a familiarity that people have with you.
That's a good point.
Is that what you're talking about? Like you were already familiar with these guys, even though they weren't familiar.
Yeah,
with you?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but obviously having never had a conversation,
Well, I'll tell you what. They're both insanely impressed with your work.
well, that's very nice of them. Well, I mean, because people like that get to see a lot more.
Also, your work might be really, really good too.
My work's probably
Possible.
fine, but yeah, I always feel like people that have larger audiences are used to seeing more stuff, so they get more quantity of people showing their artwork or their cars or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So I'm just like one person in a larger sea, that's for sure.
Well, I guess, but maybe I mean,
You've only seen
Do
like
you
a
wanna
handful
be
of
a star?
artists.
You have really high quality work.
Thank
and
you.
That's rare.
Thank you. Yes, I would love to be a rich, famous artist. That would be amazing. Can I just say that?
All right, segueing off the Smoking Tire for a
Yeah.
second. How is your new studio? How is your? I know you're probably not set up yet, having just moved, but I mean, how are you in the space and all that?
We're so close to being like 100%. We spent last weekend unpacking boxes. I think we just have one small island of junk left to go through. That's just kind of like out in the middle of the floor next to one of the cars. We're just kind of picking through things. Because last week, like our lease was up in our last place last week, like Wednesday at midnight or something. So as much as we like had a rental truck and did the whole thing the weekend before, we're getting to Tuesday, Wednesday, and I'm like picking through stuff one at a time, putting it in boxes, and then we get to Wednesday and we're like, we'll take it all with us. We'll figure it out when we get there. Shit. Because we're trying not to load up dumpsters at our new place, we're just trying to load them up at the place that we're leaving because
of
who
course.
cares? But
Yeah, you don't want to make a bad impression when you just get there.
yeah, exactly,
sure.
exactly. So, we'll just keep the trash in our home for a while. And but it's going good. But I've actually, prior to my wife and the dogs moving in with me, I had been there every night for like 2 weeks. So by the time we actually moved in, we already had the bedroom.
Not staying there.
Yeah.
You were staying there. Oh,
So,
wow.
and that was 2 weeks prior to the last 2 weeks, I think.
So as soon as the bathroom was done, you could move in, basically?
Yeah. And even then, there's a bathroom there. But but for the
awesome.
last 2 weeks, because we had already done the entire bedroom, we had already done the entire living room, and the workspace I needed to do work is so simple. There's an aspect of it that's very simple. So everything that we needed as a priority had already been there. So once we started throwing stuff in boxes, we're like, let's just take everything and blah blah blah. You realize that I've been surviving in this place for like 2 weeks on the bare minimum. Just a handful of shirts, a handful of, got a bed, got the TV, got the computers, got some pens and paper. Like, all this other stuff we have in life is such tacky add-on in comparison. You're like, do I want to... You start to like weigh stuff physically. You kind of go, all right, I have to walk down 2 flights of stairs with this. Is it worth that? No, it is not.
Well, what do you leave it up there, or you throw it out the window?
You let it gravity do most of the work and drag it to the dumpster. It's taking up a space in one of our vehicles to our new place.
That is one of my favorite things about, I mean, it's really probably the only good thing about moving is that cleansing process.
Yeah, the condensing.
So great. Or spring cleaning. Anytime you go to a closet or under the sink or anything, it feels so good afterwards.
Yeah, it does, and it's fantastic. It hadn't occurred to me until this particular move that we hadn't really done that as much in between the other moves as I thought.
That's a common.
Yeah, maybe, but I think because my wife and I, we've moved together, I want to say 6 or 7 times at least. And each time we incrementally get a slightly bigger place, so it's easy to take the same exact amount of stuff with you each time because you're like, oh, there's closets. This new place, while it has the equal amount of space, has 0 of most other amenities like closets and storage. So your presence of stuff is much more aware. So when we're going through stuff, I had a pile of papers I threw away the size of this desk of drawings and paintings that I was just like, most of this is worthless. Yeah, I had a TV, like one point years ago we bought I don't even remember, it was like a 40-inch TV, so that tells you how long ago it was. And it was just full of drawings that hadn't been opened in like 7 or 8 years. I'm like, why am I keeping this? Yes. Yeah, so it could easily keep...
Their paintings in a television.
Yeah, so I could easily keep hundreds of drawings in there. I must have thrown away thousands of pieces of paper. I made so many trips up and down the stairs. Just, I wonder what my neighbors thought.
Well, now that you're in and figuring out ways to maximize that space.
Yes.
I mean, I know that you're going to have or you probably already have a drawing area. I know you were talking about maybe a camera on a boom arm, all these different things. Why not add a microphone on a boom arm? What? Just saying.
Got a fancy microphone.
Maybe 2 of them.
Yeah. We should double up on our microphones.
You could record it. Put it on the internet somewhere.
Interesting.
You could listen to it. You could start something here.
It sounds formulaic. I'm just kidding. Just following the.
Yeah, I'm not. You don't strike me as a paint by numbers type guy, so I'm not recommending that. But I feel like you are such a good personality that.
That's nice of you to say.
People would tune into it.
If only I had interesting stuff to say.
Well, that's where I think you do. Maybe you don't, and maybe that's why you give the one-word answers. But I do think you do. I think you're incredibly knowledgeable. That's why I told Matt. I was like, he's insanely knowledgeable. Like, you can't really pull stuff past him on cars. He really kind of knows a lot, even though he doesn't tell you. I mean, I think he builds his own cars. I mean, that should tell you something. And you're insanely talented with art. So you throw in the fact that you're a nice guy, and it's kind of like, well, who wouldn't listen to that or have that person talking to someone else?
That all makes sense. I guess conceptually, I've never gotten past, like, what would I talk about?
That's the worst part. That's why I focused on build the set first.
Makes sense. You know what? But that's progress. Start by doing something.
Process is the inspiration.
Yeah. Well, once you get started, you know,
once I get
it's
the set
always,
good enough,
it's motivation's
you
always.
Get better at that. But I feel like you're already really good. I really feel like you're a good talker. I wasn't a good talker. This episode will prove I'm still not a good talker 100% of the time.
That's funny.
We've had a good run lately. I don't know what happened today. I fritzed out.
It's all going so well.
So is that something you would consider?
I absolutely would. I guess maybe the idea of a theme is what's kind of anchoring me too much. Like I should be thinking more broad as opposed to a show about a topic.
Cars and art is pretty broad.
Yeah. It is, huh?
Well, it can be whatever you want it to be.
You're absolutely right.
It's a funnel, right? And you flip it, binoculars, they turn
both
ways.
I guess I have a habit of feeling like everything that I do, recording or video-wise, has to be some type of commentary on something specific.
You're multifaceted, multiple
maybe,
layers.
Yeah, I just need to relinquish a little bit, just pull back.
I think that it all starts that way. Because I felt that every episode needed to be that way in the first.
You come from a production background, of course.
It's funny because you watch the no matter what it looks like, ironically, the show had more structure in the beginning.
Interesting.
Beginning, middle. But yeah, we went through some growing pains.
It happens.
I don't know. I feel like you don't need to put out what you don't need to distribute what you record. I feel like you could do a video diary for a week and see what you think of it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a good point.
Maybe that's the kind of medium. Maybe not a podcast. Maybe Casey Neistat was doing skateboarding and drones off bridges and buildings.
Yeah.
But like, you're just as captivating as a character as a Casey Neistat.
Interesting.
And you're every bit as talented in a different medium. I don't see the hold up. I feel like you just need to try throw some spaghetti at the wall
you're
and
right.
see
I need
what
to try
you feel
exactly.
comfortable with.
I need to try a different formula. I feel like every time there's a microphone or a camera, I have to be drawing something or redesigning something, or because
that's what you're good at.
Maybe
you want to show off in your best light.
Well, a little more formulaic.
It's
like
your
I'm
safe space.
Exactly. It's what I'm familiar with, so it's what I'll default to very easily.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny that your default is what a lot of other people would aspire to do and be. So that's kind of a cool thing.
I guess it could be worse.
Yeah, it is. It could be.
Yeah.
Shy of this podcast that I know you're going to start somehow now. I just know it. Or whatever it is. Some type of...
I love talking, so it's the perfect excuse.
I feel like... I hate to use Magnus as an example, but like you could do that. You could be hey, this is Pinstripe Chris talking about this car at Autokennel or whatever it happens to be. Like you could do any of the things that any of the rest of us are doing, and you can probably come up with something new that we're not.
Interesting.
And that I'd like to see. I'd like to see what that thing is.
Well, like I said, I'm not.
Put me on the hook.
Well, like I said, I don't think that long term. I think I've actually got a really good mic and boom because my wife Katie, she bought some cool stuff because she's getting into voice acting. So we have half of the stuff. So for me, it's
dual
just
purpose.
It's just
dual purpose
do a
studio.
thing. Yeah.
She can do her voiceovers from there and everything else.
Yeah. Yeah, so a lot of the really cool stuff is there, or to do it. I'm the kind of person that...
She's your co-host. I'm sorry to
I
cut
know.
you off.
It's true. No, yeah, you're absolutely
She's
right.
a personality too?
Yeah, she helps me a lot with our live videos. It's always more fun with another person.
Does she?
Yeah.
I don't recall any interaction.
I haven't done a lot in the last little while.
Oh.
But yeah, normally, and more so when we do the YouTube ones because the comments come up in a different way. So imagine it's a totally different approach because you guys have something that actually looks good with people. But if I'm going to do a live video on Instagram with artwork, I've got to have the phone, of course, on a stand, about yay. So there's no way I can see what the comments are that are coming through while I'm working. So I'm working and talking through. Katie's helped me get the questions and reading them out loud. Just kind of keeps the conversation flow going.
That does help.
Yeah, big time. Plus it offers another voice in the room.
We're gonna have Adam Ferrara back soon, and,
Whoa,
and
nice.
he does his with his wife too.
Oh, nice.
And she's not on camera. She doesn't want to be on camera. She's on mic, but not on camera. So I'm
Gotcha.
trying to have them both come, and we'll have her sit over there, not on camera, but be part of the conversation every bit of the way we all are.
That'll be fun.
There's something about the husband and wife energy that people are drawn to lately.
That is interesting.
So I mean, it's kind of like a bonus. You know what I mean? It's not like every husband and wife should have a podcast, although it probably would be good for their relationship because you get to see how you are back with each other.
That's true.
Agreed.
Not that you need that help.
Well,
you guys are awesome.
I'm sure plenty of people, I'm just imagining worst case scenarios. Not for me. There's a lot of husbands and wives that don't get along quite as good as we do. And it all turns into an incident. And then you get canceled.
Canceled? Canceling Pinstripe Chris. Why? He went over the line.
Yeah.
How do you feel that this experience has been?
This particular
Weird. It doesn't need to end right now. It's just gone weird for me. I haven't even
Oh,
told
wow,
you
it's
about
weird.
the
I was like,
sponsors.
oh, man, here comes the closer, eh?
No, I think you're great. I've been off. I'm off. It's me. This one's me. Can't tell you why, but it's
You're
me.
fine. No. You know what? It would help if I got here on time. Both of us.
No.
Because I feel like I jumped out of the car and I was like, out of breath.
Here's the irony. The funny thing was, at about 25 till, I unlocked the door because I was like, you're always early.
Yeah.
Not even taking the smoking tire out of the equation.
Yeah.
You're just usually 15 minutes early or whatever.
Yeah.
Punctual fella.
I try.
So I was kind of constantly doing this the whole time, and then I was doing that right up until 5, and you still weren't here, and there was no reason for me to doing it, and then I stressed myself out. It was a whole thing. I just did it to myself.
Sorry to add the stress. I'm listening to the directions on my iPhone, like, okay, trying to drive stick in traffic with all my legs and hands, kind of going, I hope I can message Jay. As much as we hang out, I don't have your cell phone number, so I didn't know how else to get a hold of you.
Don't?
No.
Oh, well, let's rectify that.
I wasn't sure if it was all like private access. This
Let's
is
not
for our
talk about
VIP
it.
friends
Let's
list.
not talk about it. Because you might be right. AT says you need to talk about DMT and chimps to get views. People said you need to do something crazy.
To get views.
Yeah,
This
and
is
they
the
said,
problem.
Jesus Christ,
That's
get to the story. The lady was right. I know, you're right, AT. I don't know who you are, but you're right. It was the same guy who said, does the girl speak or only laugh? Makes me so happy. Jeremy Gates message retracted. Why'd you do that? Oh, AT message retracted. People can retract their messages?
That's right.
didn't know that.
You can.
What is that for? What, in case they say something stupid?
Yeah. Yeah, and you can same with
What
a
did either
DM.
one of them say? Oh my gosh.
You can
now I'm
send
so
somebody
curious.
a message on Instagram now and be like, never mind.
You can unsend it? I
Yeah.
remember when emails used to be like that in the beginning.
Yeah.
Or at least
But
Outlook.
the other
Outlook used to
person
be
does
that
get a
way.
notification
Outlook.
too. You see that somebody sent you something. Same with Facebook Messenger.
Well, that doesn't bother me. Oh, unless it's like just somebody you... But you... Yeah, no, that doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Should it?
I don't know. I feel like every time I see an
bother
unsent
you.
message, I'm like, what was on the other side of this? There's a mystery and a Nicolas Cage movie.
Oh, no, for me it's the opposite. Oh, don't need to deal with that. You know what I mean? That's
I guess in my my weird mindset, I'm all like, could have been a potential sale. I don't know. I need to figure
You're
out.
probably smart. You're building those wonderful, awesome futures. I'm like, it's somebody who wants some other...
Don't worry. I think it's a potential sale and do a follow up, and then it's like, I wish I had just stayed in bed this morning.
Can I tell you something I'm proud of, speaking of a sale? The other day at Breakfast Club, I drove that RS America.
Nice.
You drove it too
Yes,
the
yes.
other day. I drove that RS America with Guards Rad for the segment on the show.
Nice.
And I had my opinions about it. And I don't remember if we talked that day
We
or
didn't.
not. Okay. There were some issues. It's a great car. The car itself is fantastic.
Yeah.
There are some setup issues that I would change immediately.
Oh, okay.
Immediately, like before I drove it the other day. But with that, I thought, even with it how it is, I thought of like the perfect owner for this car, and I wasn't even sure they were looking for this type of car, but whatever. And it was, Paul selling the car, and it was
Yeah.
another previous client of Paul, so I felt fine putting the two.
Oh, okay.
And then I was like, oh, you know who this car would be perfect for? And I told Paul, the person, and he was like, tell her. So I did.
Nice.
And she bought it.
No kidding.
Yeah, isn't
oh,
that
man,
cool?
that's awesome.
I felt so good about it, and here's why I brought it up. I get why Paul Kennel does what he does. And
Yeah.
it's not just a car salesman. I used to be in the car business. I know what that's about, the numbers and this and that, whatever. He's in the matchmaking game. He's in the matchmaking game, and that is a totally different... I don't know. For some reason, I wrap my head around it completely differently than it's...
No, I totally...
Autokennel is an Orange County car dealership. You know, it's kind of got this...
What if
it's
you've ever
not
met
that.
him and been
Makes
there?
the
You know
business
that's not...
thoughtful.
Yeah, it's really is about pairing the right people with the right cars.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't just a matter of I knew somebody who could afford that car. We all know very wealthy
Sure.
people. It had nothing to do with that. It was like,
The right person.
yeah, she was looking at a car the other day, and we all were like, that's not the right car for her. It was crazy. And then when I drove this, I was like, well, this isn't the right car for me, but it's definitely the right car for somebody, which
Yeah.
you see we say in the video. Gosh, I shouldn't have blown that. Anyway, it'll be a couple of weeks. Everyone will forget.
You'll be fine.
And it's just it brought me so much joy from a like. I know that it's a business and they have to make money, and I
Yeah.
get all that, but he's doing something really cool and good at the same time. And I don't know that anyone and everyone is doing that in that market.
I would say
but he
few, if
definitely
any.
is with the stories and the write-ups,
Yeah.
and then to feel what it feels like on the other side when you make a match, and that what made it was the messages this person wrote. It's like, I am so grateful
Oh, that's
to have
awesome.
met, Autokennel and Matt Smoking Tire, because it'll be stored there.
Oh, nice.
And me, and it was like, it just really
That's
made
super
my
cool.
day. It
Yeah.
really made my day.
That's
So-
a really cool story, but you're totally right.
Sales.
I think the sale, at least for them, is really just a byproduct of what they do.
Do you see the wraparound?
Yeah.
I'm talking to you.
What about?
Apply that same thing to you.
To which thing?
So what if you are now making a video or audio product as well based on the art and the car knowledge and experience and talent that you have, and now all of a sudden you're doing something. There's multiple facets to support. People started noticing us when we started doing the car videos. We've been doing this little talk show thing forever.
Oh, wow.
But people like the dichotomy of, oh, let's see you doing this, let's see you doing that.
That's so interesting. I felt that even as my audience has grown, people have wanted to see me less.
That's definitely true of me. Sure. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
They haven't seen that part yet. I really assure you. I promise you. I know that this thing will be successful. Not only do I see all the pieces, but like I feel it and believe it.
Nice.
What's your favorite Christmas movie?
It is.
There's your callback. Is there anything else you want to say before I thank our sponsors?
Carry on. You think your sponsors? I'll go get that coffee.
Oh, yeah. Go get it. Go get it. Yeah, sure. Good call. St. Clair Insurance. We're talking about all these cool, fancy cars. You're going to need to insure them. Haggerty's where it's at. You can get that Haggerty insurance from St. Clair Insurance. CoverageForYourToys.com. They say all that separates men and boys is the coverage for their toys. St. Clair Insurance is coverage for your toys. You've got 2 cars? No, you've got 3 cars.
4. Well, between my wife and I.
The Roadster, the 911, the GTI.
And 4Runner.
Oh, my God. I forgot about the 4Runner.
Yeah.
How do you forget about the 4Runner?
Who could forget? Because I haven't driven it up the hill.
Well,
it's only what? Well, no.
No, the 4Runner is a great car. It'll drive forever. It'll drive as long as you want it to.
Yeah. My goodness, do they hold their value.
I don't know if you've ever looked into Haggerty Insurance, but I highly recommend it. It was less, not only than we thought it would be, it was less than what we were paying from one of the regular big boys.
Is there a year's restrictions on that? I think last time I looked into it, there was.
There used to be all sorts of restrictions. There are not anymore.
Now that they got that
You have
YouTube TV show money,
you
they're
have
all
all-
like,
you have all
give it
sorts
away.
of options with your Haggerty Insurance now.
Good
You can
to
write a
know.
policy almost however you want, from agreed agreed value, which is what a
Okay.
lot of the high or the collector
I'm
cars
ready
go
for a new policy.
as well as just your regular auto policy.
Fantastic.
And doing the multiple cars thing is awesome because then you join that Haggerty club and somehow that pays for itself too. It's really awesome.
Nice.
Anyway, if you want to look into it, go to CoverageForYourToys.com because Jeff Sinclair can set you up with everything from Haggerty for the exact same price, except you get his specialized service. So CoverageForYourToys.com, CoverageForYourToys.com.
CoverageForYourToys.com.
I don't have it with me, but I do. Sure I do. Need a lift lately? This is just CBD. Cruise into a healthy 2021 with Cruise into Wellness CBD. The cruise is with a Z. This is literally a vape. Here, I got the thing right here. This is from these guys, CBDFX, that Rob hooked us up with. This was Blue Dream. It's the Blue Dream strain, but it's not. Well, I guess it is still cannabis, but it's not THC. It's not THC, so it doesn't mess with your brain supposedly. But it's supposed to give you the feeling benefits and the
Interesting.
help them with the inflammation and stuff like that. Do you
Makes
notice how these? I'm new to this. I'm not that experienced. so I
Not
don't know.
really, but you're not supposed to with CBD.
That's right. It's a hell of a market, isn't it? It's kind of genius. The rubs and the balms I really like. I put them on my face. I put them on my my nose, my chest. Anyway, it's really good. Cruising to a healthy 2021 with Cruising to Wellness. I said that part. Cruises with a Z. Use promo code Late Night for 20% off your order. It's pretty awesome. CruisingToWellness.com. CruisingToWellness.com.
CruisingToWellness.com.
Now, my favorite one to do. Let me line up my friend Danny here, just in case he wants to say anything. This is Jay Ryan from Late Night Playset, reminding you to please like, subscribe, and comment below. This feeds the internet algorithm and eventually us as well. Be a pal and like, subscribe, and comment below. Here, listen to my friend Danny. He's got a message just for you.
To smash that like button, subscribe. We need some subbies. Come on, you can do it. Late night. Woo, good vibes.
Totally worth it. I know you weren't like a guest today. It was more of a hangout session, but you feel okay? Did it go all right?
It's fantastic.
Did it go as well as the smoking tire?
It's all the same to me.
Is it all the same to you?
Yeah. Me just sitting down in a chair talking.
What do we all get to look forward to from you? I know you don't look forward to yourself
No, I
that
don't.
much, but
Yeah,
we all do.
Unfortunately, I don't look forward enough. I had to say.
Really?
Yeah. I really don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Well, I know what I'm doing tomorrow.
But we know you're getting set up in the new studio.
Yeah.
We know that there's going to be artwork coming out of that new studio.
Definitely.
We know that in time there may be things occurring at that studio, perhaps
That's true.
events,
Gosh,
maybe,
I hope
who
so.
knows?
Yeah.
So they should definitely keep up with you. Instagram's the only place to follow you, right? No, you have a YouTube channel as well,
Yeah.
but Instagram is the main place.
Yeah.
Over 100,000 followers. Last time I saw it was 103, and then you did Smoking Tire. Did it jump up after that?
Remember that? I think about 105.
So a couple thousand.
Something,
since
yeah,
the
for
Smoking
sure.
Tire.
Actually, I got a bunch of print sales as a result as well. Some follow-up emails. Like, it was cool. I definitely
Dude.
did a thing. It was cool.
Awesome.
That's
So
awesome.
it was good for business.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Then that's killer.
Everybody wins.
See, I'm such an idiot. I forget to factor that most important factor in.
Which one? Which
The
factor?
business of it all. Like, how do you make money with this damn thing?
Oh, man.
I was talking to Magnus about that today because we're starting his. And
Yeah.
I'm like, well, you don't understand. You don't have to start where we started. Like, nobody knew who we are, and most people still don't know who we are. So he's able to, like, get in one of those podcast, whatever, where they, you know what I'm talking about, where they sell ads and all that shit.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Like,
Magnus Walker.
off the bat, yeah.
Yeah, so I think, like, he'll be able to generate revenue when he starts
Yeah, you're
his,
probably
you know?
right. Good for him.
Whatever. You might be too, buddy, because you've got that big audience. That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm like sponsored by Colored Pencils and whatnot.
Whatnot. Cool Whip.
Yeah.
I love you, Pinstripe Chris. I hope you know that.
Well, I love you too, man.
I hope you
for the
do know
compliment.
that. I'm serious. I think you're a really great guy who doesn't necessarily know how great he is. I think you know you're fine.
I think I'm all right.
Yeah, see? Yeah. All right, we'll work on that
All right.
if you want to.
We'll see.
Anything else, Mrs.?
I
Oh.
think we got.
Rob Cordry will not be here on Thursday because he's flying up to Seattle for Top Gear. However, we have a fantastic substitute guest. Justin Bell will be here. Race car driver Justin Bell, son of Derek Bell, and host of many, many things, including The Torque Show with somebody else who's going to be here. I got to reach out to again, Tommy Kendall. He said yes a long time ago, and then life happened. And I got to reach out again. So Justin Bell here on Thursday, and then GVBC on Friday. Thank you very much, Pinstripe Chris. Follow Pinstripe Chris on Instagram at Pinstripe_Chris.
Yes, sir.
And you should check him out on YouTube and follow that channel as well, which is just...
Pinstripe Chris. Or Chris Dunlop. One of those.
You'll find it probably by typing in YouTube
Probably.
Pinstripe Chris.
Who knows?
Awesome.
You'll get there.
I love you. We love you. We all love the Instagram audience. We all love the YouTube audience. Thank you so much for being with us, and we will see you Thursday with Justin Bell. This is the Paul Newman one, just because I always support the Newman Zone.
That's cool. I always consider him the Arnold Schwarzenegger brand.
Wait, what does that mean?